From author Brian K. Morris comes a tale of irreverent holiday horror, told with much inappropriate humor. Dr. Victor Frankenstein creates the spirit of giving himself. Ho, ho, ho! Santastine, or the post-holiday Prometheus. Available at Amazon.com. Get your copy today.
Now comes the part where we throw our heads back and laugh. Ready?
Ready!
Welcome to Nevermind the Furthermore with your host, Brian K. Morris, independent publisher, freelance hybrid author, award-winning playwright, and former mortician's assistant. Beware, beware. That might not be a phone jingling in your pocket. Join the Nevermorians for morning mischief and madness at 10 a.m. Eastern, 9 Central. Your sense of humor is the only thing you need to wear.
And good morning, everyone. How the heck are you? Hey, hope you had a great Thursday. I know I had a great Thursday. Last night I was on Creative as Hale and had a fantastic time being talked with John and Amy Hale. Wonderful, wonderful people. Great interview. Anyway, thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore for Friday, February 5th, 2021. Hope you're all staying warm in the Midwest here. We've got a cold snap coming up that is, snap. All right. Anyway, thank you for being here, whether you're watching us live and can interact with me or on the reruns. We appreciate you being here. And if you're watching us on either Facebook or on YouTube, please like the video. Smash that thumbs up on YouTube. Also, please, if you're on Facebook, like the page you're watching on because it helps the host so very much. Also, if you're on YouTube, please subscribe, like, and share because that helps us a whole lot. And be sure to molest that little bell that pops up because then you'll get alerted to all of our other broadcasts that are coming up. We are a proud part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. We are, along with great shows like TED Talks, Creative as Hale, Lunchtime at the Doghouse, Stupid O'Clock, and other wonderful, wonderful shows. So, thank you for being here, and we are brought to you by Plasma Fire Graphics. When the look of your book matters to you, you saw all those beautiful book covers earlier. Jeffrey Hayes can do that for you, so please contact him. He's got Big Four publisher quality at indie producer rates, so please check him out. He's way affordable and a really great guy. And also thank you to geekinsider.com for powering this show, as well as Wild One Forever with Meredith Loughran, a great way to start your weekday. And also risingtide.pub, because I said so. Anyway, gotta smooth my sideburns down. I didn't comb them this morning. What the heck is wrong with me? You can tell which side I slept on last night. Anyway, they're out of control, and so am I, because we got our Covfefe, and don't forget our merch shop, too. Yes, we have a lovely model here now who will demonstrate one of the benefits of the merch shop. Frank is now safe. Thanks to the Rising Tide breathing mask. It will save lives. So anyway, check it out. We've got our link in the comments. Please check it out. And thank you for your patronage. Anyway, who is the first one today in the gate? And it is Trevor Hawkins with only an hour to go. Excuse me. Sorry, Trevor. Anyway, Trevor, good to see you. Good morning, my friend. And a little more than half an hour, and he spent all this time by himself. It's a wonder you didn't die of loneliness. But Teresa Dunn comes in to help him on YouTube. Goes, good morning, Brian. Good morning, Teresa. Mwah. The genius of Rising Tide Publications. No cookies in the other room. Your friend and mine. I am your friend. And here's Brian, the master of podcasts and capturing our attention. Yes?
You said I was in the other room.
Yes. Well, now you make a liar out of me, huh? No, Teresa Dunn said the genius of Rising Tide. Good morning, Brian. The genius of Rising Tide Publications. And I said, no, she's in the next room.
Oh, okay. You're right. I was in the next room.
Okay, stay there. Unless you're bringing coffee.
I'll work on it.
Okay, remember with the breakfast blend, only 4 scoops, okay?
4 scoops.
4, or else it overflows.
2.
Yeah, I figured it out. Yeah, the coffee science here. Here at the compound. We have a small coffee maker, and we got this really wonderful morning blend. We like morning blend, especially in the morning. Duh. And it's a very fine grind, though. It's almost like a powder, kind of like our Tim Hortons. And so you put 5 scoops in, it turns into mud, and it overflows. But if you put in 4, the water can still get through. Trial and error, mostly me cleaning up the counter a couple times. But anyway, we have the one, the only, the beautiful, the delightful Christian I better read Christian Basil. Sorry, brother. And Christian and I had a great time recording an episode of The Dastardly Dingoes on Wednesday. He was very profound, and I was his straight man. It was great. Anyway, arise, Friday, Morris Monster, arise. We expeditiously move swiftly into the realm called the weekend. Move fast, move strong, powered by the sacred drink of coffee. Bring us to which is promised us. Wait, speaking of which, isn't it promised to us to have you people subject to the legend of the traveling TARDIS? To Michaela J, to everyone yet? Hey there. Hey, Teresa. Okay. Pardon me. So anyway, taking time to flirt. This is good. And she's flirting back. Hello, Christian. But anyway, yes, please. Several people have started their YouTube channels. One is The Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. One is Michaela Jade. And Amy Hale also has one that could use some love. And, of course, the usual standbys like Rising Tide Publications. And let's see, who else have we got here that needs some love? Ted Davies Artistry, of course. And please check out all these others. On Joe McKeel, we got to get Joe McKeel. It's Stupid O'Clock up to 100 people. Do a search on YouTube for Stupid O'Clock. And if when you're watching this, and please take a moment and subscribe to that, would you please? And I also want to get something else started here. The other night, on Tuesday night, we had an amazing guest, Michael Watson. And he had a oh man, that's fantastic. He has a book where he takes the illustrations he does during his amazing Chat and Draw show on Facebook, and he's turned them into a book of those illustrations, and he was asking for $2,500. He's at $4,700 and $47.44. And let's see if we can't get him all. He's got 3 days to go. Please, folks, whenever you're watching this, please check out the link. I think I can still do it here. Let me check. It may still be in my memory here. That's it. All right. And there we go. And we've got a link up to that. There we go. Rising Tide Publications says, check out a great book of artwork by Michael Watson at that address there and pledge today, please. 3 days to go. Let's see if we can get him to $5,000 even. Let's double his expectations there. And now let's also go back to your comments, and we're going to skip around on some of them, I suspect. If you're just saying hello to each other, we do love that. We really do love that. And it's cold outside, says Teresa, but the sun is shining and hubby is feeling better. Good. Albert Dunn was feeling quite under the weather. the other day, and we were very concerned about him. So glad he's feeling better this morning. And Jody McPhee from the desk of a very small, I shouldn't say very small. Let me keep my adjectives for myself, rather. Anyway, from the desk of a small press publisher, a great channel and a great interview show. I was on Saturday night. That was a lot of fun. Morning, all. Sorry for the name change, but I updated my YouTube channel recently, and no, not 100 subscribers yet, but working on it. So less everyone, please. From the desk of a small press publisher. And I've got to say, Joe, that's a good idea. This is something that I learned recently, and I'm going to share it with all of you, whether you want it or not. But what we do, as far as broadcasting, should describe what we do. For instance, Clever Title Pending kind of hints that we are about, creativity and, searching for, things, titles for what we do, whether it's a piece of illustration or it's a story, what have you. Pardon me. But, and X&G Studios is a great name. I love that name. But from the desk of a small press publisher, I think really zeroes in on what you do. Now, it's a great name for your talk show. That's for sure. And please check them out Saturday night at 10 p.m. on YouTube. Great channel there. And again, please give Joe some love here, okay? He's a great interviewer, a terrific guy, an amazing artist. Holy cats, he's good. And please check out what he does. Check out his interview shows, especially last Saturday. I'm particularly fond of that one. So anyway, please check it out. But good name change, Joe. Good name change. Love it. And good morning, all. Just subscribe to you, Christian. And I had wanted Kayla to win. Oh, yeah, she was leading by a nose for a while, but anyway, but no, we want all of our guys and gals to be at least over 100, because at that point you are allowed to change the name of your channel. Or of course, Joe seems to imagine it's a process to do it. I never got the official notification that I could do it, but I managed, because it used to be just Brian K. Morris, but there's another Brian K. Morris channel, and it's mine, but I foobarred it. So I'd done some tinkering with Gmail that did not work, and so I decided to concentrate on this one. I'm glad I did. And Carlene, mwah, sneaks in with her cream cheese stuffed French toast and strawberries and blueberries on top and finds an empty table. Hi, guys. Oh, my God. You bringing stuff like that. That table will not be empty for long, I'm telling you. And Teresa saying good morning and greetings, Stark Misses. That sounds like a wonderful breakfast. That does. And the thing is, I stayed at a B&B for a convention about 2-3 years ago. And remember those? And anyway, I was a guest there, and the promoter put some of us up at a local B&B, and I'd never been in a B&B before, and it was a wonderful experience, especially since the lady who worked it was, she was a world traveler and a missionary, and had done medical work in India and Africa, and I wanted to interrogate her like she had committed a murder. But she kept asking about me, and I kept going, but you're fascinating. I'm boring as dirt compared to you. You've done so many amazing things. But she was so excited by the fact that I was a publisher. And before I really started broadcasting a lot, Nevermind the Furthermore was pretty much in its infancy then. But amazing layer. But people take pictures of their food all the time on like Facebook and Instagram. And actually, I think it's the only food I've ever taken a picture of, and it was a lovely fresh blueberry stuffed with cream cheese stuffed French toast. And ooh la la, that was so good. I told her I almost hate to dig into this. It's so gorgeous. And she had done like a quiche in the shape of a flower, and she had like asparagus that was trimmed to make it look like the stem and the leaves. And it was she was an artist with food. She's just an amazing woman. And one day, if we ever go back to that area, we are going to stay with her again. Carlene says, hey, Teresa and T, it's leftover from my girls' brunch out yesterday. Just as good the second day. Most food is. And Trevor wants a strawberry. And I don't have any whipped cream, but I'll make two. That's courageous of you, Carly. That's really brave of you. You're a true patriot. And anyway, don't forget the green room tonight at Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. If you aren't a member, it means probably that you have no documentation of a sense of humor, and you're easily offended. You must be impossible to offend if you're going to be on Uncle Carl's. We keep hemorrhaging members like like we're bleeding them out or something. But no, it's a great page. Really puts a smile on my face. And on Friday nights, we all get together for a very informal chat, and in varying degrees of sobriety. Excuse me, and it's always a good time, and I think I'll be there tonight. I think I'll be able to make it tonight. I've got a writing project that I'm gonna make it a goal. If I make a certain I've got hopefully the final edit on this story I'm doing. If I get at least halfway through, I'm going to be in the green room. So wish me luck, friends and neighbors. So anyway, there's no toaster blueberry emoji on my phone. Well, get busy, Trevor Hawkins. Hey, Carl Witzman. Hello, everyone. Carl, good to see you, brother. Hope you're having a great morning. And I think you're having you and Ted are having a cigar show next week, I think, all part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And Carly mocks us with their laughter. How about banana? I found I still had a couple of slices. Ooh, banana. Oh my God. I love fresh fruit. That is great. And the Dark Pope arrives. Fanfare for the Dark Pope. And you're welcome. Yes, please sign up for the YouTube page for the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. And by the way, if you don't know what the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS is, I'm here, as Weird Al would say, I'm here to educate you. Here's a little taste of what you can expect from the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Become part of the legend.
This is the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS. Follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. Subscribe to us wherever you listen to your favorite podcast. Also catch us on the HWWS Web TV YouTube channel. Subscribe today and become part of the legend.
So please, every Tuesday night at 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Central, the Legend of the Traveling TARDIS interviews, discussions. It's a great fan fest for anything related to Doctor Who. You will love that show. I do. I watch it every week. And check out Christian Basil and Melanie as they travel through time and space to bring you some Doctor Who entertainment. And thank you for that. And thank you for Tyrone Tony Reed Jr. Tony, it's good to see you, man. Happy Friday, everyone. Have a safe, productive, and blessed weekend. And check out you will if you check out TyroneTonyReedJr.com. The man is a writer. He's a broadcaster. Check out his 2 books in his Solad series. We want a hat trick on that, Tony. We need a third one. Get busy, young man. Get busy. And Legend Traveling TARDIS I did too, but hashtag Tasertits. Anyway, Kyle Guthrie, good to see you, skunk. Join Glowcat and Skunk Rocker every Sunday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central for a Scrubhouse Video Live. It's a show about schlocky cinema, and it's so easy to watch with 3 different platforms on Facebook and on YouTube and on Twitch TV. The Scrubhouse Video Club is rated WebMA for language and is considered not safe for work. That means it's lots of fun. These questions and many others will be answered in the next episode of Soap. Dude, you are so awesome. I love it. And also, Santa sign is like those German cups you get for your beer, only more festive. Thank you, Christian Basil. That's a ringing endorsement if e'er I heard one. I appreciate that. And get your Santa hashtag, get your Santa Stein now. There we go. Well, it's amazing how many people look at the title just casually and think I'm writing about the devil. Somebody said, is this a book about Satanism? And I'm like, don't think so. And they go, but it's Satanstein, right? No. Read the letters. Satanstein. The public school system has failed us once again. But somebody who doesn't fail us is the one, the only Brian Rodman. Thank you for showing up on Creative as Hail last night. Good morning, my fellow Brian and Nevermorians. The day of Fry has arrived. Stephen Fry, I love his humor. He's so insightful. Let us graze upon the fields of happiness as we enter the throes of the weekend bliss. Great episode with Amy Hale last night as well. Thank you, Brian. Thank you again. Yeah, I had a great time with Amy Hale and John on the season premiere of Creative as Hale. Because that's her last name, you know, and because it's Hale. And she's Hale, and anyway, but no, it's I had a fun time, and of course we live for the after show. Amy and I just start cutting up, and we are, we just have a blast whether we're in, appearing in person or on the interwebs, as it were. But last night was a great show. I got asked a bunch of questions I have never had before, and I was put upon the spot. So if you want to see me struggling for answers, last night's Creative as Hale is the show for you. Check it out. It's also on a special page. We now have a page for the shows for the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. And as soon as everybody accepts their invitations to post there, they're welcome to. But yeah, we are gonna we have a page on Facebook, the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. Please check it out. We are going to be using that as kind of like a place to house all of the shows that we have in the broadcast group. So please check it out. All right. And hey there, friends and foes. Hey there, hi there, ho there. We're as happy as can be to see John B. Pica. How you doing, John? Good morning to you, sir. Don't forget, back of the cereal box tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Eastern time. And don't forget also johnpica.com and see all the cool things he's got, and check out his Patreon under the word Impossibilists, because that's what he does, and it's a great graphic novel series I'm really digging. And Skunk Rocker, all right, I'm here so we can start the party now. Skunk is in the house. Let's get the platters a spinning. And from the desk of a small press publisher, love that clip. Well, thank you, I appreciate that. And Jeffrey Hayes of PlasmaFireGraphics.com. Good to see you, brother. Good morning, Nevermorians. Happy Friday. Enjoyed Creative as Hale last night. Hope everyone has a great weekend. We hope you have one too, sir. And don't forget, Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, because it matters to your customers and your potential customers if you want to turn them around from being just onlookers to full-blown samplers of your creativity. Check out what this man does. He is an amazing artist, and he's one of the nicest guys. We're going to have you back on Clever Tile Penning real soon, Jeffrey. I really loved having you. And speaking of getting halved and enjoying it, there is Amy Hale. Amy, good morning to you. And thank you for that clip you sent me last night. I hope you enjoyed the 2 videos I sent you. No, not that type, people. Get it out of the gutter right now. Those were in the ones I have with me are in the wrong format. Anyway, but no, Amy, I had a great time last night. What a wonderful show you've got. Oh my God, I was so happy. And anyway, check, Amy's not doing the show every week, but please subscribe to her page as author Amy Hale on Facebook. Also, Amy Hale's Angels, and keep tabs of us on us, the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page on Facebook. And I think we gotta get Amy's listing up there. I gotta make a note of that. But anyway, check that's there. But anyway, check out Creative as Hale from last night. Great show. And thank you everyone who tuned in, and thank you for your participation. And we hope everyone watching us don't forget, if you're watching us on Facebook, please give this video a like if you've enjoyed any part of it so far, even just a nanosecond of it, which would probably be the time when I take a breath and it's between words. So if you enjoy that part, please, give us a like, and also like the page you're watching it on, whether it's Kathy Jackson's book. Thank you very much to Kathy for allowing us to broadcast on there now. And also if it's, excuse me, on the Rising Tide Publications page or the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page, please give that page a like. And also thank you to everyone who's liked this show, like Glenn B. Fleming. Good to see you, Glenn. Happy evening for you. He's across the big blue wobbly thing. And Glenn's going to be on Clever Tile Penning this weekend. You want to talk about an amazing creator, you haven't seen nothing. If you're into travel, if you're into comic books, especially comic book history, and ask this man questions about comic book history. He's also written stuff on the JFK assassination and the conspiracy surrounding that. So please check out the Clever Tile Penning. We're going to have a heck of a good show this Tuesday, as we usually do. Kathy Jackson, glad to see you. And Stephanie Downer Hayes, glad to see you. Thank you for the like. Thank you, Terry McIver and Eric Hawkins, Jerome Connor, Kelly Austin, Miranda Lynn, good to see you here. And a couple other people at StreamYard won't tell me who you are. Your identity is a secret. And thank you to Chad Nuss. Good to see you the other night, Chad. Tyrone, Tony Reed Jr., Amy Hale, John B. Pike, and Brian Rodman, who gave us some love. Thank you very much. That's all our Facebook reactions. Thank you all very much. And good morning, you guys behaving. I am Grant Lankard. I'm behaving badly. I'm sure that counts. Anyway, Grant Lankard, thank you for being here, sir. And Jerome Connor, this Saturday on the Saturday Morning Cartoon Show, we discussed the classic kid show, The Banana Splits, not that travesty, the horror film. Hey, it's funny because that's funny that you mentioned that, because a few years ago I found some clips of The Banana Splits on YouTube, and I remember kind of liking the show, but loving the music. And I didn't realize it at the time, but several of the songs on there were written by the incomparable Barry White. Yeah. The guy with, the guy with the voice that every male wishes he had. Good Lord. What a voice, what a talent. And turns out he wrote several of the songs for Banana Splits. I'm like, I like those songs. I'm so happy. And William Pace, morning, sir. Good morning to you, William. Hope you're having a great Friday morning. Hope you're ready for a great weekend. And Trevor Hawkins, that might not be a phone jingling in your pocket, cracks me up every time I hear it. Yeah, and for you, Trevor, it's always a long distance call. And Brian Rodman says, just bought the haunting scripts of Bachelor's Grove and Pulp Reality #1. Can't wait to dive in. Brian, I hope you enjoy them, sir. I really do. And as always, folks, and this is a good chance to remind you, if you've read any of my stuff or anyone here, please leave a review. And it can be honest, it doesn't have to be 5 stars. In fact, I'll recommend a book to you, Amazon Reviews Made Less Impossible by Brian K. Morris of Rising Tide Publications. And we actually provide a template you can use for writing honest, quick reviews. But it does help us because it's all part of the algorithms. The more reviews we get, the more notice we get from the algorithm. So please leave us an honest review. And if you didn't like it, please, tell us why. Didn't care for characterization. Brian spelled his own name wrong. He's an idiot. Anything, because praise and letting us know what we need to work on helps us a lot too. I got a review actually for Pulp Reality, and I didn't get dinged or anything, but a writer, a man I respect very much, Ron Fortier, saw a shortcoming in my story, and I admit it's a valid point, and I appreciated that. I really did. I even wrote him and thanked him for his review. And then he told me the stuff he really, really did like about it. And I'm like, Ron, you rock totally. Because he liked all the stuff I was proud of. So it worked. Pardon me. I should hit that mute button now so you don't hear me cough all morning. Excuse me. Excuse me. Oh, I didn't warm up my voice today. So anyway, but I have Covfefe. I can get through anything. The Skunk Rocker says... No, Grant, we misbehaving. No, we're like, was it Fats Waller 8 misbehaving? And Jerome Connor says 9 a.m. on the Hanging with Web Show television YouTube channel. Yes, definitely check that out. And the Hanging with Web Show network has a lot of great, great shows. And we want to always thank Willow Schuyler for including our shows under that umbrella. We're very, very happy to be with such incredible August broadcasters. And starting out on Facebook for a hop over on YouTube, John B. Pike, I do appreciate you, man. I really do. Thank you so much. And Miranda Lynn, wow, good to see you, hun. And I will eventually be able to watch one of these live. Damn full-time job. Well, I wouldn't recommend getting out of the full-time job the way I did, which was to get fired. But no, I lost my job in 2012. I'm actually nearing the 9th anniversary of my dismissal from Illinois American Water. I should look up the date. I've got it written down somewhere. And I actually celebrate that day because it was the day I was liberated. And what it was, in short, was I did not leave under a cloud. In fact, they took a lot of time to praise my ability. But somebody had made some bean counter out at our corporate office had made a slight error that, excuse me, I say slight error in that it would cost the company millions of dollars. So in order to appease the stockholders, they got rid of 26 people, 26 full-time employees in the state of Illinois alone. And I was one of them because I guess my job of picking up everybody's crap was not well defined in the company books. But anyway, Miranda, we're glad you're here. We're glad you get to listen and look forward to you get a day off or something. And I know your first thing on your mind is I got to get on Brian's show. So anyway, Miranda, thank you for being here. I do appreciate you being here. And I appreciate Joe Dog McKeel on YouTube saying morning all. Good morning to you, Joe. Hope your morning's going well, sir. Hope everything got straightened out yesterday. Excuse me. And there he is, the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. tonight. The Historical Fencing Guild, our own beloved Nick Tockert, the quasi-cryptid himself, will be I just love the picture of you with the horns. Anyway, seriously, people, if you're on Uncle Carl's page, you'd see it. But anyway, the Historical Fencing Guild will be on tonight on YouTube at 8 p.m., 7 p.m. Central, and he is going to teach you all about combat, bladed weaponry, and he's going to be so darned entertaining, you're going to love learning. And good morning, Nevermorians. It's going to be short in session as I have to get to work before noon. Well, dude, you get that stuff done. We are proud that you checked in, though. Thank you, Nick. We'll talk to you tonight, probably. And Carlene Grant just finished my cream cheese stuffed French toast. I'm so ready to not behave. You go, girl. You so go. And shared. Thank you, William. I appreciate that. Thank you, everyone who does share the show. William, I appreciate that very much. Man, I've got like a whole colony of frogs in my throat. And shut up, Christian. I know there's a joke in there somewhere. But anyway, glad you're here, William. I appreciate you so much. And thank you for sharing this broadcast. And Brian Rahman says, I walked outside this morning in the cold and stood there wishing I was in Alaska. I always say I want to live there. Then I watched the thing and really want to live there. Well, we can't promise that vegetable people will be attacking you in Alaska. I haven't seen that in any of the official brochures. I could be incorrect, though. But yeah, I went out yesterday. You see, we got two cars, and I don't use mine very often because where am I going to go? I would only cause mischief, and which is a good reason. But no, we didn't shovel out a couple of our walks, like one to the garbage cans and back, and we had some garbage takeout. And I realized that if I had to get out, I couldn't because there was still a goodly amount of snow from the other day. So I shoveled out the rest of the driveway and around my car, and then shoveled out a way to the garbage can. Then I shoveled out a way to the back door to my car, and I didn't have any. I was not winded or anything. So I mentioned my heart murmur on here occasionally. I did not get aggravated. I felt pretty good afterwards, and I wasn't sore at all, which is surprising. But just in preparation for the weekend. Now, next few days we are not expecting a lot of precipitation here. Maybe a little bit, but for the most part, we're going to be dealing with very, very cold temperatures. In fact, I think Tuesday morning, very, very early, it's going to hit like -2 here last time I looked. So the cure for that is stop looking at the NOAA radar page and just take it as it comes. But anyway, shut up, Christian. But anyway, but no, I would go outside and think I was in Alaska. It was pretty bleeping cold. And last night we had high winds. I think we were having gusts in the low 30s last night. It sounded like somebody was like Jack Frost was trying to get in. Anyway, Grant Lankard says, I've been behaving for once. Oh, yeah, go on with your bad self. Having a grapefruit and coffee for breakfast. I drive by like 5 fast food places, driving my old lady to work, and I resisted them all. Grant Lankard, good for you, man. Good for you. Well, I've cut back on fast food a lot. There was a time when we were moving from Illinois to Indiana, I practically lived on that. And also Heather Ellen and John B. Pica, thank you both for sharing this video. And there was one other person, but my notice went away before I could read it. So I apologize to you, who I did not mention. But anyway, yeah, and I was living on, and my health was starting to take a hit. After a while, I felt like the guy that wrote that Fast Food Nation and lived on, like nothing but McDonald's for a month. Man, of course, McDonald's was the one place I didn't go, but everybody else I gave some money to. So and when I go out, I tend to go to places where they actually cook your food rather than nuke it or pull it off a truck in in dry ice or something. So that's helped a lot. I've cut out sodas to a large degree. I only have sodas. If I have one soda a month, I'm on a binge, Most of the time I drink water and coffee and tea. So and usually herbal tea when I can help it. During the day, I'll drink some regular tea, but yeah, that stuff, it's just a lot of little things, Grant, that add up to a lot better health. And my blood pressure has gone down. My weight has gone down a bit. My doctor's actually talking about taking me off of one of my blood pressure meds. It's gotten much better, but as it is, I'm still a carrier for high blood pressure. But anyway, and Cindy Kep is riding on the edge, says the Historical Fencing Guild. Cindy Kep is riding on the edge. Get back from there, Cindy. That's an OSHA violation. Oh, but Cindy Kep is fearless. She is adorable, and she is wonderful and talented and a wonderful person. CKOEPP.com. Please check out her work. And while we're pouring coffee, I'll make it easy for you. How about we let you know? Oh, thank you, sweetie. Thank you. Appreciate that. Yay. Thank you. Love you. Love you. Oh, boy.
Nope, sorry about that.
That's okay. I gotta wipe that out because that's my script. I am not that I follow it, but I'm lost without it. So anyway, no more covfefe because it's all in here. Anyway, we were talking about Cindy Kep, and we love Cindy Kep. She is such a vital part of our community. And please check out her Patreon page. If you haven't subscribed to it yet, please do. And if you wonder why we wax eloquent about Cindy Kep so often, here's a bunch of reasons why.
Author Cindy Kep is writing on the edge. Books include Remnant in the Stars, The Loudest Actions, Lines of Succession, Mindstorm, Condemned Courier, the Yerushalayim series, and Animal Eye. Find author Cindy Kep at CKOEPP.com today.
Yes, check out the work of CKOEPP. Cindy Kep, CKOEPP.com. And also, please sign up for her amazing monthly newsletter. It goes out around the 25th of every month, and it is a great read every time. You have got to read it to understand what I'm talking about. It is fantastic, and it'll make you feel better for having read it. It really will. And Joe Dog McKeel says, instead of a shoulder angel and devil, I have a sensible adult human on one shoulder and a baby monkey with ADHD on the other. Oh, man. I told Joe, Joe Dog, I've been telling people for years that my pairing is an angel and a devil, and the devil is saying, do it, do it, do it, and the angel's going, Brian, I think he's got a point there. So I think they're in collusion. So anyway, that's funny. I got to tell Cookie that one. And Amy Hill, thank you for joining us. Oh, Amy, you know I love hanging out with you and John, and just always so much fun. You run an incredible show. You really do. And let no person wonder why I invited Amy to be part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. I mean, your show makes us shine. It really does. And thank you for your great questions. I was stumped on a couple of those things, and writing, and like we had a this or that session. One of them was writing or reading, and that's one. I'm sure if I go back on it will not look like I hesitated much, but I actually had a hard time with that one because I love reading, of course. But I think I enjoy the act of creation just a skosh more. But we talk about a movie I never get tired of seeing. Jerome Connor, you will understand. You will so understand. And alert, we have spoilers, but I figure the damn thing came out 30 years ago. I can spoil it, okay? Oh, by the way, Rosebud's the sled, people. Have fun walking off the cliff. Anyway, thank you, Amy. I'll come anytime you want me, darling. I am there. Just name the time, name the place, and I will make tracks there. And I miss grapefruit. I do too, Carly. I don't know why you don't eat it, but in my case, I can't have it because of my blood pressure medicines. Apparently, having grapefruit will cancel out my medicine. And right now, I'd kind of like to not have my heart explode. I've got stories to write, damn it. So why is that, Carl? I'm just curious if you can tell us. If you can't, that's fine. And Ted Davies Artistry, good morning, all. Bring him that covfefe, bring him the talent. Good to see you, my friend. Dang, that tastes good out of that coffee pot, and that coffee cup. Holy cats, people. You should get you one of these and make your beverage taste so much better. Anyway, and if it doesn't, you'll get half your sales tax back from me. But anyway, no, Ted Davies Artistry, great show the other day on the Tao with Ted. And this Tuesday, he's got a great interview guest, Lisa Malone. She is an awesome lady. She really is. She is an agent for several comic book artists, and she is like a Kickstarter expert. She is so awesome, and she's a wonderful lady. Love talking with her, and Kara Nicole, who's one of her clients, Kara being not Caribbean, but Kara Nicole being a top flight cosplayer as well as writer and comic book artist, colorist. And I just recently got the surveys for her Kickstarter project Fire Bitch, which I'm looking forward to. I ordered the first 2 issues, and I'm really excited to see what that's about. I'm a huge fan of Kara and her husband Alfred Trujillo, so I'm looking forward to getting those. And but anyway, Ted, thank you for being here as always. A part of the Rising Tide Broadcast Network. It does a great job. Makes me look like poop. He is so slick. Anyway, what happened to it, Carly? Asked Grant Lankard. And well, Google, nice GPS that may just be driving it. Circle, says the Skunk Rocker. Skunk, I had a problem with that years ago. I had a show in Valparaiso, Indiana, and I plugged in the address, the complete address, the location, the city, and the state, and it took me to this place in this rather sleepy residential district where there should have been a convention center. And I reprogrammed it, went driving, went and turned off my phone, rebooted it, came back to the very same spot. I'm like, what the hell's going on? So I finally plugged in the zip code. It turned out it was clear across town, and the shortest route was straight through the campus district, which I normally don't take because the stupid kids walk in front of your car because they're lemmings. But anyway, I managed to get to the venue on time, and get set up and everything, but it taught me a valuable lesson about don't trust Google completely. So, and the Historical Fencing Guild laughs at Joe Dog and says, I had a shadow and a board on. Okay. Oh, man. And I have meds that it frick with, and the meds, unfortunately, are more important, says Carly. Yeah, mine too. Yeah. I don't remember which. It's one of my 2 blood pressure medicines. If it was my cholesterol, I might indulge every now and then, but yeah, I see those big jars of Dole grapefruit slices, and I just I stand there and fight back the tears. I love grapefruit, I really do, but like you said, you gotta have priorities in life, and very fine grind, I don't see nothing wrong, says Legend Traveling Tars. Yeah, you ain't gonna clean up that counter, that's why. And grapefruit is delicious, yes, Trevor Hawkins, and it's good for you. And wow, everyone is wound up today. Must be they're all drinking coffee too. And yes, it is. And Back of the Cereal Box on YouTube, glad you're here, John. Tomorrow morning on Back of the Cereal Box, our special guest will be magician producer con man Eric Olson. He'll be teaching us bar bets to get free drinks at the bar. Oh, I'm definitely cashing in on that show. That sounds good. That's useful. That's information you can use, people. So the check in with John B. Pica's two-hour public service announcement called Back of the Cereal Box tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. That sounds great, John. I'm seriously. And Brian Rodman says, are you drinking out of the Rising Tide mug? Well, are you? If not, your coffee may be poison. Don't take the chance. Get the Rising Tide mug for your safety at risingtide.pub today. That's right. Oh, it tastes so good. Yeah, I love my little Rising Tide mug. I really do. You'll love it too. And Kivrin St. James. Kivrin, it is a pleasure to have you here. I have been hearing nothing but good things about this book you wrote. And good morning, Nicholas Tucker told me about your show and when he did my fantastic cover for me. Excuse me, let me start that again, Kivrin. I apologize. Good morning, Nicholas. Good morning! Exclamation point. Good morning to you, Kivrin. Nicholas Tucker told me about your show when he did my fantastic cover for me. So I wanted to show off how it ended up. Not only did he draw exactly what I wanted, he even helped me on the spelling of some medieval weapon words that my spell check gave up on. And check out Amazon. Given Nick is your best salesperson. and he has made me want to read that book. And it's not in my genre. It is not in my genre, but I would definitely read it because one, we support our people in the Nevermorian community as best we can, and it's a pleasure to have you here. Tell us, talk about yourself, interact, make this show a part of your life. But it's good to see you here. It's a pleasure. How long have you been writing? And talk about your book a little, please. It sounds good. Pardon me. But that's the thing. The one thing I love about this community, and I got to take a moment here to talk about it. Yeah, I know I'm behind. Shut up, people. Anyway, the fact is, we are not always able, well, we can't financially support all the projects we'd love to. That's just a given. But the thing is, we also support them by mentioning them, by sharing their posts, by, just letting our friends know that we have friends who are creative and can use some support. And we do stuff like that on Clever Title Pending, our Tuesday night show, where we talk about creativity and the business behind it. So it's part of what the Nevermorians do, and I'm proud of y'all. And Glenn B. Fleming, who will be on Clever Title Pending this coming Tuesday. Yay! Hey, Brian, I'll see you on Tuesday night at 8 p.m. your time, 1 a.m. Wednesday mine. Yikes, don't forget to send me that link. Yeah, it'll probably be like the day before, Glenn. Don't panic. I will send you that link. I'm getting better about sending those things. I used to set up the show in StreamYard, and then it's like, well, I'm done now. Yo. And no, I'm not. Gotta tell my guests that you're on. So anyway, Glenn Fleming, looking forward to talking to you, brother. And I hope you have a great weekend. Kelly Austin, good morning to all. Hey, Brian, how you hanging today? Pretty good. Question, sir. When writing a story or novel, should the hero face so many challenges that she finds themselves at the brink of despair? Or should the hero be larger than life, steady and strong throughout the story? Thanks so much. Well, the answer is yes. The answer is totally yes, Kelly. There are, you take the Doc Savage book series, and everyone, please weigh in on this. I'd love to see your responses. Like Doc Savage is, at least the early part before Daisy Ridley started editing him rather, he was a stoic Superman, and it wasn't like he couldn't get annoyed, he couldn't be challenged, but the fact is, he was literally a rock, not counting the person that's going to play him in the movie, but a steady presence. Same with Superman, if you look at the movies for the most part. And then again, one of my favorite comic stories is a Daredevil story by Frank Miller and David Mazzucchelli called Born Again. And it's like a 6-part story. It's in trade paperback. You can probably get it from your local library, in fact, or from Comixology or Amazon. The thing is, the story... Daredevil's one of his deadliest enemies, the Kingpin, Wilson Fisk, who was the mayor of New York last time I looked, but in the comics at least, the Kingpin learns who Daredevil's true identity is, that of Matt Murdock, blind attorney. And over the course of the first issue, he takes everything away from him. He threatens Murdoch's career with disbarment, so he can't practice law. He blows up his townhouse and destroys his uniforms. So he's taken away his alternate identity. And beautiful, the great writing on it from Frank Miller, where the townhouse is exploded, and Matt Murdock is pulling his uniform, the tattered uniform, from the wreckage, and he's saying in his mind, okay, Kingpin, I'm coming from you. I'm coming for you. If I had, all this stuff that's happening to me, I would have thought it just coincidence given my lifestyle. But this explosion, you shouldn't have signed your work. And then as he goes on, the Kingpin actually manages to try to frame Murdoch into murder. And puts Murdoch inside a cab with an already dead cabbie, and was going to let the police think that Murdoch went insane and killed the cabbie. But they pull up to the cab and they don't find Murdoch. And the name of the magazine is Daredevil, the Man Without Fear. And Wilson Fisk is in his, gym just exercising madly. And he's like, I have made a huge mistake because I've taken his career, his identity from him. And now he knows who did it for sure. And I have taken everything away from him. And a man He's got nothing to lose now, and a man with nothing to lose is a man without fear. And it's how Matt rebuilds himself and redefines himself from that point on to become even more of a hero than ever. And it's an amazing story, but it's one of those where you drag Matt Murdock down to the depth, beyond the depth of despair, and he finds redemption. It is a great story. I definitely recommend it. And there are others like that where the hero is like on the verge of losing everything they have, and still they fight back, and that's what makes them a hero. So you could do it either way, Kelly, and I think mixing it up is good for your writing as well. So a long way around it, but I think the answer is yes. Whatever works for the story is what I would say. Scott Crocker says, "Oh, you just wait until tonight. My damn alarm didn't go off last night, and I missed stupid o'clock on the after show. And to say that I'm a little more than PO'd about it, beware green room. Oh crap, I'm definitely showing up for that. I love a good train wreck." And Brian Rodman, it was absolutely wonderful to have you and Christian Basil on the Dingoes on Wednesday night. We had a profound conversation on imposter syndrome. We really did, and how that can lead to being overworked and burned out. Can't wait for you all to watch this one. It's gonna be a great show. I was proud to be on there. And thank you again, Brian, to you and Jeremy and Chad Chad and Jeremy. I love those two. They had a great sound back in the 60s. But no, we had a great time videoing that episode, and it's currently being edited. And check out the Dastardly Dingoes anyway. It's a fun, super fun show, and you will enjoy it. We have fun, and we get some serious stuff talked about. And Grant Lankard, I feel like people who don't like grapefruit just got a bad one once and won't eat it again. Yeah, that's possible. It's true of many foods, but the thing is, your tastes change. I don't remember liking grapefruit much when I was a kid. And there are a number of foods that back in the day, I mean, green beans made me Ralph, and or as they say in American Sign Language, but now I love them. Of course, I like them when they're cooked, a little bit crispy, when they're more fresh than when they're in a can. But anyway, and the Rising Tide Network reminds us, check out a great book of artwork by Michael Watson at that address and pledge today. He is $256 away from $5,000. He reached his goal of 107 backers. Let's get him to 110 backers and $5,000. You've got 3 days to go, but let's put a call to action on that one. Please check it out. That is going to be so cool. And check out last Tuesday's Clever Tile Penny. You'll get to know the guy, and you will love him. You really will. He is a hoot, and he's coming back. And I'm going to be on his show someday too. I'm so excited, and I'm so freaking far behind. Anyway, sorry about that, people. We've been talking, and I'm having fun if nobody else is. And I have 2 weeks till my Kickstarter starts, and I'm kind of freaking out, says Grant Langer. I understand that. Tried shooting the video yesterday, and it felt like everything that can go wrong went wrong. Well, it will. The thing is, it gets easier. I mean, I did a Kickstarter about 3 years ago with Eric Hawkins, and I've helped him on a couple others, and I've helped some other people on theirs as an editor and reviewer and such. And the thing is, I think it gets easier. Mostly like practice. It's like drawing or writing. Once you exercise a skill enough, and it gets easier through repetition. So I'm going to help you, Grant, all I can. All right. I want to see you succeed like mad. And yes, stop by the green room, Skunk Rocker, Carl Wisman says, not knowing what he's walking into. And Grant, what are you using to shoot your video? I'd be happy to watch and give an opinion if you need, says Carl Wisman. Yeah, check him out. Carl does great videos. He really does. He's really helpful. And he's got a good eye. I take him up on it, Grant. And the Historical Fencing Guild, Nick Talker says, not able to get into the secret humor group run allegedly by Carl Wisman. That's okay. Come listen to me talk swords, knives, and merriment in the Historical Fencing Guild's live stream at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern tonight. That's a great show. Nick is high energy. I'm thinking, I was telling somebody the other day that if you put Nick and me and Michael Watson on the screen, your monitor would melt. There is so much energy between the three of us. And it'll be great. And that's something we got to work up. I'm telling you, the destruction, the carnage, the humanity. But anyway, please check out the Historical Fencing Guild. It is a fun, super fun show, and you will enjoy it very much. John B. Pike of the Storyteller says, hopping around, sharing from multiple accounts. See how much I love you. I love you too, John. You are so cool. You're awesome. I love you, Big Daddy Cool. I do. And I appreciate it. I do. And Skunkrocker says, or even better, job Google, send me to the wrong address. Oh dear. This is not good. We're gonna get our ears pinned back tonight on the green room, I suspect. And Joe Dog McKeel says the new StreamYard feature is game changer for my plans of a virtual con. You thought HoloCon was cool. Wait until you see what happens when I master this new toy. What new toy is that? We got to have a conversation later, Joe Dog. I want to hear about this. I did see a little blurb pop up about playing videos last night. I gotta learn how to do that. I think I probably figure it out, but no. And I've got to stress, I am not a paid employee of StreamYard in any way, shape, or form. But folks, if you're going to get on the air and do what I do, except I hope you'll do it right, check out StreamYard. It is one of the best platforms, and there are several other good ones out there, but I think StreamYard is far superior to all the others. OBS is probably the only one I would go back to. Our earliest broadcasts my earliest broadcasts were Facebook Live, just to get my feet wet. Then we moved into OBS. Thank you, Carl Witzman. I have not forgotten you. And I still want to go back to OBS for some things. And in fact, I'm envisioning some things I can do in OBS that I can't do in StreamYard, mostly because I have a shared account. I can't go in and, I don't want to fill the whole account up with just my stuff. In fact, I've been taking things out recently, so it'll also make the show a little easier on my end because I won't have so much to try to flip through. But yeah, Joe Dog, I want to talk about that if you've got the time today. Off and on, I'll be in and out all afternoon. And we'll be cryptidless tonight, it seems, says Carl Witzman. Well, maybe if the semi-quasi cryptid finishes his show early, he can pop in. That would be cool. And from a desk of a small press publisher, please support that channel on YouTube, rather. He does some great work. He really does. And question, who here is working on a comic and have a body of work that can be vetted? Just wanted to offer some slots to be on my show in March. Hit me up if you meet the requirements. Now, see, that's cool. Excuse me. John B. Pica, Grant Lankard, talk to this man. You have verifiable stuff. Yeah, I'm trying to think who else might be here, and I apologize if I'm missing anyone. But yeah, check it out. And this is funny. What was it? I can't remember if it was here or some other show I was on, but somebody asked about, do you vet your guests? And we're all like, what? I've seen some show where I don't think they vet the guests, and I hear the train come and it's coming around the bend. It's about to keep going in a straight line where the tracks don't. But yeah, what kind of semi-responsible like me broadcaster doesn't vet their guests? Holy cats! If nothing else, for your audience's sake, I try to bring people like on the Clever Title Pending and occasionally on this show who have something to say, and I get people all the time. It's like, well, I've got a Kickstarter. What are your qualifications? Well, I've got a Kickstarter. Well, yippee-i-o-tie-yay. I've got 100 pair of stretch socks. Who remembers that old joke? And what comic is it from? But anyway, it's like, I don't give a damn that you've got a Kickstarter. I give a damn that you've got something to say. The fact that Michael Watson had a Kickstarter is almost a coincidence. We're proud to have somebody on, but the main qualification is you got to have something to say. And I may have to talk to you because I've got a slot coming up soon. I need filled expertly, Joe. So anyway, Carl Witzman says tonight Uncle Carl will have no degree of sobriety. You go, Uncle Carl. You are such a role model for me. You really are. And Chad Nuss, good to see you again, guy. And bought your book last night, The Haunting Search of Bachelor's Grove. Can't wait to read it. Chad, thank you, man. Thank you. And for those of you who are wondering what he's talking about, it's this book here, The Haunting Scripts of Bachelor's Grove, available on Amazon, with an introduction by Charles D. Moisant and a cover. Who doesn't love that cover? That is from our very own Trevor Hawkins. Take a victory lap, Trevor. The first part is how to break into writing, specifically independent comic writing. It's easier than you think. And also the second, I'd say 60-70% of the book are fictional tales that revolve around Bachelor's Grove Cemetery in Midlothian, Illinois. Yes, it is a real cemetery, and I've been there twice. And to say it is To say it is not creepy AF is it is a lie. It is a total lie. It's not an understatement. Last time I was there, it was crap was happening all around me, and I got taken up in it. And I had at least two people who were protecting me from what was in there. And this was still happening. And I was like, oh my God, my camera isn't working right. It's going weird on me. And everybody's like, yep, that happens here. That happens. Oh God. But it was a fun excursion. A lot of fun. So anyway, thank you, Chad Nuss. And check out Chad's work too. And Chad has a show. Talk up your show, Chad, please. As part of the Dastardly Dingoes, they have a network too. Everybody, all the cool kids have networks. And when does Uncle Carl have that? No degree of sobriety with alarming frequency. The green room, unfortunately, I would get you in there, Trevor, but the thing is, I think you have to be with Facebook. But we can talk about that. And Trevor does not do Facebook. He's probably smarter than any of us. And Brian Robbins says on February 26th, we'll be launching Memoirs of an Angel issue 7. I'll be launching an event page for the launch in a week or so. So you can all be the first to get your goodies. I want my goodies, God. And we are going to try to get more than 100 backers to go around and help us get there, won't you? Well, hell yes, we will. And not only that, we are going to, let me check the Book of All Knowledge, March 9th, towards, I think, a couple weeks into the campaign. We're going to have Brian Rodman on, and he's going to be talking about Memoirs of an Angel and his incredible creativity and his podcasting, and it's going to be a lot of fun. He's been on the show before with Jeremy Woodring, and Chad Nuss. We're going to get you on there, brother, I promise. In fact, this month is going to be really good. We've got February all booked up already for Clever Tile Pending, Tuesday nights at 8 p.m. And everybody's going to read your damn comments, Brian. Quit reading your book. Okay. No, Glenn B. Fleming will be on this coming Tuesday. I'm excited. He's really a terrific person. He really is crazy talented. On the 16th, we've got Russell Allen of Russ Explodes Studio and Xeno Nanite Titan coming on. It'll be a great, great show. And 23rd, we're going to have the incredible Bobby Nash on BobbyNash.com. We'll be talking to him, or actually I'll be listening and taking notes. You will be too. And on the 24th, we're going to have on our special, every month we have a special episode, and this month it's going to be on the 24th. It'll be Luke Stone, and he's got a brand new Kickstarter, or excuse me, Indiegogo just launched for issue 6 of the Hybrids comic book series. Really good stuff. I'm so excited. I'm excited. I can barely talk about it. But anyway, Brian Rodman, we will have you on the show in March. Looking forward to that. And I'm helping you too, brother. I'm on your side. I'm going to help you get those people. Historical Fencing Guild says, Carl, of course you would be cryptidless with or without me. I am not a cryptid, contrary to all photographic evidence and DNA lies all the time. You know what I'm saying? But he does have good mittens. And Joe Dog McKeel, this is something anyone under 40 may not understand. How about dialing 899-8009 and then you mess up dialing? Oh, yeah. Joe Dog, my cookie, found a video, and it's, there's a couple of channels that do things like they take some teenagers and play Queen for them for the first time, or the Beatles, or give them like a BlackBerry. Who remembers a BlackBerry? We thought that was as good as it got, right? And and then just leave it with no instructions. And one, they have to figure out what it is. Then they have to figure out what it's for and how to use it. And she found one recently of kids that were given a rotary dial phone. And I didn't see the video, but apparently these kids were treating it like somebody had left an unexploded bomb in their room. It was grimly humorous. But anyway, Grant Lankard says, we'll talk about it privately, Carl. I am soliciting advice from anyone who's done a Kickstarter in the past. Also talk to Meredith Logren and also Eric Hawkins. They both run great Kickstarter campaigns. And Dark Pope says, Trevor Hawkins, I see you with the communion cracking a lot. That's true. Yeah, we've been doing the bread and wine minus the bread and wine. And Brian, yeah, we bring the wine. I don't have enough cracking. Anyway, Brian Rodman says, Memoirs of an Angel is a horror fantasy comic book about a ragtag group of infinite and finite beings who race against time and space to rescue a broken witch hunter from the clutches of the Dark Kingdom. It is Lord of the Rings meets The Exorcist. Join the adventure this month on Kickstarter. Check it out at brianrodman.com. It is great comic reading. I'm not just saying that. It's good stuff, and I'll be there. And Brian Rodman, so just saw you update above. What a coincidence. I know for once, we see the two of you in one place. I was wondering if you were one and the same. And Brian Robin says, to get caught up in the shenanigans, mosey on over to that address there for the Dastardly Dingoes after this wonderful program, and check out the Dastardly Dingoes podcast, a show about all things nerdy. And boy, do we have too much fun. That is the truth. Even when we were getting profound, I had a great time. I was laughing. I had a good time. Always do. And Carl Wisman, the truth is out there. Next science will win. And Satanstein dyslexics unite. Yeah, no kidding. And I get them all. And Trevor Hawkins says, LOL, Joe Dag. Oh, and Ryan Permisson. Ryan, good to see you. You came at the wrong time. Good morning, Nevermorians. How are you? We are fine, and we hope you are well. Looking forward to your show this weekend. The latest episode of the podcast at Anchor FM, the Nerdcast. Check it out, Ryan. Glad you're here, buddy. And I will be getting back to you about that date, I promise. And your namesake, says the Historical Fencing Guild, some guy from INS in a white suit and a straw hat came by, but I didn't let him in. Believe me, he's still there. And Brian Rodman says, Cindy Kemp is riding on the edge in a world that is craving original material. Go no further than Cindy's amazing work at CKOEPP.com and Patreon. Please support your Patreon friends. We have several among us, and we have a, where did I put it? I uploaded the updated graphic just this morning. And there we all go. There are our people and our Patreon supporters, and we appreciate and love you all. And please consider supporting your favorite creators, including me, and patreon.com. Let me get rid of that comment so you can see everything I put on there. I'm at www.patreon.com/Brian K. Morris. And we have peeks at our work in progress. We have PDF downloads of our books. We have mentions on all of our stuff. So please check us out. We hope you will become a supporter, and we appreciate you. Thank you. And sign up for our Patreon, says Ryan Permisson. Let me get rid of the graphic there. There we go. And select which tier is right for you at It's Nerd Culture, and check out his show. It is a great show. He is awesome. And proud to be a Halian, says Brian Rodman. That's right. We have Nevermorians, and Amy has her Halians. I love that. That was brilliant. That was history in the making. And Clyde Hall is the person that first coined the term Nevermorian, just so you know. And Scott Crocker says, yes, I cut out part of the ad plate just to get that soap reference in there. Love that show. Me too. I still sometimes, when I need a giggle, the scene, it was one of the last, I think next last season or so, and it was Billy Crystal and Ted, I can't remember his last name, but the two brothers, and they found the dummy, their other brother and his ventriloquist dummy, and stuffed it in the fridge, and the poor guy going through withdrawal because all he could do was express himself through the dummy. Still one of the funniest moments on that whole show, and there were plenty of them. Ryan Permisson says, brought an original full-size theatrical poster of Star Trek First Contact this weekend. Picard is my favorite captain. I don't blame you. And it's funny, Ryan, I haven't told you this, but if you ever, well, I know you've seen Star Trek the Motion Picture. I know one of the animators on there. He was the guy that drew the lightning, the energy lightning. And he's a former Disney animator. His name is Philo Barnhart, and he's got a page of artwork here on Facebook. So please check him out. And I can give you a link to that, Ryan, if you DM me. And Brian Robin says, Chad Nuss, you should check out Santa Sign. It's hilarious. You would like it. I think you would. You have the right sense of humor for it. You need a big one for this one. Shut up, Christian. And Trevor says, Carl Wisman, I think Aunt Donna is bogarting all the cracking in her office. That's a 60s term, people. That's okay. I have gin, whiskey, and her raspberry vodka in my office. Hey, we mixed something this week. I think it needs a little sweetener in it, like a simple syrup. But I made, I took coconut milk and pineapple infused vodka. That was a nice little late night drink. I enjoyed that. Brian Rodman says, tip the Fez and tip the host wearing it over at patreon.com/Brian K. Morris, because if you don't, he'll have to keep stripping at the local Salvation Army. Children have complained. Yeah, they keep complaining. I don't go there often enough, but that's another issue. But anyway, yes, please. Thank you so much. And check out Brian Rodman. He's on Patreon too. It's a great way to continually thank your favorite creators like Cindy Kep and Tina McInnery and all kinds of good people, and hashtag think of the children. It's how you think of the children, Brian. I know some people that think of the children and they're serving time for it. So anyway, Joe Dog McGill says, they say justice is a dish best served cold. Well, of course it is. If it were served warm, it'd be just water. That's true. I ruined that, I think, but that's beautiful. Justice is a dish best served cold. Well, of course it is. If it were served warm, it would be just water. I like that. That's brilliant, Joe. You are so funny. I love you, dude. And Ryan Permisson, season 2 of the interview series begins Saturday, February 13th at 12 p.m. Eastern Time on FB Nerd Culture. Thank you all who have signed up to be guests so far. And if you want to be on the show, sign up at that place there. Definitely. I got to get back to you on that. And John B. Pike of the Storyteller on YouTube says, do a search for Nick Nimmin and it'll pop right up. Okay. Okay, we're gonna write that down, but we're gonna take advantage of that later. Okay. We're behind in the comments. Yeah, that's it. Yeah. So Nick Nim. Make sure I get it right. Okay, we'll check that out later. We'll see what happens. And Carl, I only have the coffee cracking in my office. Ooh, we've got a standoff in the Witzman household here, and it's going to get ugly. It'll be fun. And Historical Fencing Guild says, Joe Dog, a wise woman once told me, any is plenty, but wetter is better. So just water is okay. Had me worried where that was going. And back in the cereal box says, banana splits was a staple in our house growing up. Well, I had command of the TV on Saturday morning. I liked banana splits. Like I said, I like the music more than anything. I probably would appreciate the slapstick more, now. Ryan Permisson, and subscribe to the channel today for great nerdy content. Go to YouTube and look up Nerd Culture Channel and check out the work of Brian Permisson. He is awesome. He really is. And Jerome Connor, who is also awesome, says, once upon a midnight dreary, while I pondered weak and weary over many a quaint and curious volume of forgotten lore, while I nodded, nearly napping, suddenly there came a tapping, as someone gently rapping at my chamber door. 'Tis some visitor, I muttered, tapping at my chamber door. Only this and nothing more. And I was thinking, they're out there rapping, it's like, wait a second, is that Coolio I hear out there? Wait a minute. Anyway, it's not Joe Dog, it's Snoop Dogg. I like that. We can always use a little Poe on a Friday morning, I'm telling you, brother. Back in the Zero Box, did you know the Splits were a parody of a parody? Sid and Marty Krofft created for Hanna-Barbera as a parody of the Monkees, which was a parody of the Beatles. That's true. This is almost like James Burke and Connection, where you see the creative juices line up, which sounds horrible. And yes, John B, isn't television history funny, says Carl Witzman. It is. It's great stuff. And the Historical Fencing Guild says, Brian, I'm 2,000 words into the sequel portion of the Hybrids RPG Quick Play module. Follow Luke Stone Studios on Facebook, definitely, and also LukeStoneStudios.com. And good sneak of the plug in there, Historical Fencing Guild. Skunk Rocker says, good Lord, I finally found this location. That was a nightmare, and we helped. I'm sure. And been driving around circles for like 20 minutes. Holy cats, poor Skunk. I agree with you, Carl Witzman. And the coffee kraken is amazing, Carly. Yes, seriously it is. And John B. Pike of the Storyteller says, I am exhausted training new ghost tours training new ghost tour guides again. It seems as soon as I get guides trained up and I can relax, they leave. Oh my God, that's horrible. And Cindy Kep and Jessica Johnson, wow, ladies, thank you for sharing this video. Much appreciated. Love you both. And Carl Witzman delivering to the Bermuda Triangle this morning. It sounds like, well, if you can ever find it. And I need a soft drink and a hard massage, says the Skunk Rocker, or the other way around, whatever, I'm easy. That's how you're more likely to get it. And Heather Ellen, good morning all. Mwah. Thank you for being here, darling. Check out Heather Ellen. Now, she's not going to have her 10 p.m. Sunday show this week because of some minor sporting event, I think it is, Super Bowl. Never heard of it. Anyway, I think it's with that football or something. I didn't know we had soccer in this country. But anyway, check out Heather Ellen. She is a wonderful lady and very entertaining and a great asset to the Nevermorian community. We love you, Heather. Mwah. Thank you for sharing the show. Grant Lankard says, you seem like the type of person who shouldn't be stuck in a cubicle all day. I think most people are not meant for a cubicle. We wonder why so many people are on antidepressants. I had my own office. I really did. And I had I had kind of like a barricade in there. If you really wanted to see me, you had to actually step inside. I had my filing cabinet in a way. But that was the only place I could put it. It just didn't work. I tried it other places and it didn't work. But given my furniture, it was the only way to save space in there. It wasn't a very big office, but anyway, I don't have it now, and I'm happier. I have this office, and I'm a much happier person for that. John B. Pike, the storyteller, says, serious question. Anyone here use LinkedIn? Do you find any value in it? John, I did when I first signed up for it about almost 10 years ago now. And it was good for learning. I got into a number of webinars that helped me learn about publishing and creating and such. But for the most part, after a point, that's where I learned to loathe gatekeepers, because in the publishing in particular, and I'm sure they've also got comic book forums, and you probably see it in there too. But there's people who are saying, well, like, all you people who are publishing yourself, stop it. You're taking attention away from at the time, the big 5 publishers. Now it's only 4. The big 5 publishers, they're the only people who should be publishing because they only publish good books. And I would get on there and I'd say, how come I see so many things with Kim Kardashian and then at the time Duck Dynasty on it? How is that forwarding literature? How are you gatekeepers letting that get through? And I'd get in some pretty fierce arguments. I rarely go to LinkedIn anymore. The only time I go is when I'm promoting anymore. So, and Joe Dog McKeel, on a brighter note, that rash went away. Thank God for that. I better check mine soon. And Brian Robin says, check out the new episode of What the Niche podcast by Andrew Morris. He's awesome. The show is about finding misconceptions and worldviews and exploring the creative endeavors of some amazing folks. It's going to be an NPR segment one of these days. It probably will. That's a great, great show. Scott Rocker says, I just looked at the time. Oh, God, it's already to 10:30 and I haven't been to Walmart yet. You've got to be kidding me. Well, I don't got to, but I tend to. Anyway, John B. Pike, the storyteller, says, fast food, good way to be confined to the private office. No joke. And everyone help me get through today because this is going to be a tough one, says the Skunk Rocker. Well, we got you covered for the next 45 minutes, maybe. And I also love the fact that apparently the microphone picked up my screaming as the word. I thought that I wasn't sure if you were just chatting into the speech to text, but you've got a hell of a good program there. I may have to ask you about that. And Ellie Mack, mwah, good to see you, darling. Same here. Water, coffee, and tea. Good to see you, Ellie. Put in a promotion for your work, would you please? And hashtag CKOEPP.com. John B. Pica, thank you, brother. You're doing the Lord's work there. And if that wasn't enough, CKOEPP.com. It's essential that we spell it right. And good morning, Rick Bradley. Thank you for being on Creative as Hell's audience last night. Good to have you, brother. And we're proud of you. Good morning, Nevermorians from Rick Bradley. Good morning to you, my friend. Skunk Rocker says, condemned career. Wow, I didn't know Cindy wrote a book about me. Yeah. It's an unauthorized biography, Skunk. You may find some liberties were taken with it, but it's good to see you in there. Jessica Johnson, good morning. Mwah, good morning. Thank you for sharing this video. I love you. And we also love the Heroes for Kids of Perrysville, Missouri. That is a great cosplay group that if you want on-model cosplay and you want people that genuinely support their local community, especially when it comes to the kids, that's the group to get. Have them draw you some attention in a good way. And Jessica also has the Heroes for Kids Comic-Con. That is coming in July. Let me look up that date so I can be right about it. Yes, Heroes for Kids Con is happening at the the Perry Park Center at 800 City Park Drive in Perryville, Missouri, the gateway to Chester, Illinois, the home of Popeye. So please check out that show, and your ticket admission, as well as if you get a table there, part of that will go towards a couple of very worthy charities that we will all be contributing to. And check out the amazing work of Chad Nuss at the Silence Comics, says Brian Rodman, in their search for answers. Naomi and Lazarus are confronted with a dystopian universe without answers. What they find is something beyond their reach, the only answer that has the power to fill the silence. Join this amazing sci-fi adventure today. Yeah, definitely check that out, thesilence.com. You'll love it. It looks really good. Carl Wilson says, John, I was on LinkedIn for a while and ended up with more spam than it was worth. It really didn't help me at all. Yeah, it's one of those, if you're like an office professional, or looking for work, it's a great place to find job listings. But after a certain point, once I had learned what I needed to learn, all I found were people telling me I couldn't do it, that either I shouldn't be allowed to, or I didn't have the the moxie to do it. Well, they were wrong on both damn counts. And it was funny because I got in an argument one day with someone who was telling everyone, well, here are the Amazon terms of service. You don't want to go there. You don't want to print your book there. No one should be printing their book there, just real publishers. And I said, no, I'm looking at the terms of service right here. And I pulled it out and I quoted on the screen. I said, this is what it says. You're not saying the truth. And I was then told I was stupid because I didn't understand the terms. I'm like, then tell my bank that, because I keep getting like 70% royalties because I'm doing what they tell me. Just because you're not playing ball, and you're not getting the royalties. And let's just say I didn't make many friends there. Okay, if you're going there to make friends and you're like me, it's a failure. Anyway, Willow Schuyler, who is anything but a failure. Good morning. Good morning. It's great to stay up late. Good morning. Good morning to you. Yep, I'm in a good mood today. It's lovely to see that. Oh, it makes me happy, Willow. And I hope you're happy, and I hope you have a fantastic weekend, darling. And thank you for all you do. And thank you for promoting us. We love you for that. We really do. We love you anyway. But we're grateful, too. Jessica Johnson says, Heroes for Kids Con is scheduled for July 17, 2021 in Perryville, Missouri. Proceeds to benefit the Missouri National Veterans Memorial and St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. We have some booth spaces still available. I will be there. Please come and see me. And for an extra amount, if you pay a little extra, you will not be put anywhere near me. So it will be good. But no, Matthew Ashley will be there. Philo Barnhart, the former Disney and Filmation and Hanna-Barbera animator, will be there. Not Charles F. Millhouse. I wish he were there. Charles D. Moisant of Silver Phoenix Entertainment will be there. And hopefully he'll have issues of the new Haunted Tales of Bachelor's Grove comic there, in which I have stories. So with any luck. And great, Willow asked Carl Witzman, will we see you tonight? Let's hope so. And I'd love to join this year. Ellie Mack, we would love to have that. And Brian Robin says, does your project need a great promo or trailer? Absolutely it does. You're worth it. Treat yourself by going to jeremywoodring.com and see what he can do for you. He is the main producer and editor of the Dastardly Dingoes podcast and does a phenomenal job. Trust me, you want to take advantage of his talent. Anyway, yeah, check him out. Jeremy does good work. Contact Jeremy Woodring immediately. And Rick Radley says, psst, who wants access to four amazing books? Go to my author page on Amazon for access to all 4 books I am in at R. Bradley. Follow that bit.ly address, and you can get Nightmare Collective, Marvin's Night Out, Tales of the Weird and the Strange, and Pulp Reality #1. They are awesome because he is in them. And I hope so, Carl. I want to hang out with everyone. Well, we love it when you hang out with us. You make us proud, Willow. And Eric Hawkins, the Eric Hawkins. Good morning, all. Eric, good to see you. Eric, loved your illustration last night for the program last night you were on. And Did you win the poll this week? I hope so. I voted for you last night even. Historical Fencing Guild says, Skunk, you aren't condemned, just confused. You're the confused courier today. Grant Lankert says, oh, this might be an interesting topic. My wife and I were discussing celebrities who get better looking as they get older this morning, other than the obvious answer of Brian K. Morris. Well, of course. But, yeah. There are, well, it's like Brad Pitt. I think as he gets more character in his face, he gets better looking. He really does. I'm trying to think of some others. Nicole Kidman. Well, Nicole Kidman has stopped aging somehow. I don't know how she does it. But there probably are. Let's hear what you have to say as I try to catch up. Joe Dog, everyone with an Amazon Echo, ask Alexa who she wants to win the Super Bowl. You can thank me later. Oh, Joe Dog Joe Dog McKeel's Alexa has PTSD. Who she wants to win the Super Bowl. I will do that with cookies later. I'm busy right now, though. And Joe Bachman says, good morning, Nevermorians. Figured I'd come hang out with the cool kids on YouTube today. Joe Bachman, we are hanging out with the cool kid right now. Hope you're having a good morning from YouTube there. Hope all is well. Good to see you, sir. And the Historical Fencing Guild says, Grant, I think it is much easier for male celebrities to look better as they age. Well, I think they take less crap for it. And there are some. Barbara Stanwyck, I think, is one who, she was a hottie back in the day, but there was just something about her. She got even more glamorous by the time she was doing things like The Big Valley in the 60s. That's one example. I'm sure I could think of more if I weren't so focused on this. Phil Thompson, what genre do you write? I write in horror, in humor, and in what is called contemporary fantasy, which is kind of like magic and supernatural elements, but in a nowadays setting. So that's what I do. Thank you for asking, Philip. And very cool, Willow, says Carl Witzman. And the Historical Fencing Guild. And hi, Kivern. Welcome to the delightful delay. All the love, but it is staggered across time and space because Brian can't talk any faster. And hey, Joe Bachman. Carleen says, I think it varies from author to author. I think my fans are also going to get a surprise when my Hunter's Ridge series starts getting published again. How's that for obfuscation? That is very good. Way to be just kind of vague there. I like that. Very well, skillfully done, Carly. I'm looking forward to it. And Daredevil Born Again and Spider-Man Kraven's Last Hunt are two of my all-time favorites. Mine too, Eric. And that's one where they, each individual chapter moves the story along dramatically and can be taken one at a time, but the overall arc it's just like one cohesive bit of story there. That's why one of the things I'm working on this year is Scarlet Trace that I pulled from Terraform Publishing, and I'm going to probably do it on my own. But I want the thing to read like Born Again or like Kraven's Last Hunt, in that you can take each part individually and enjoy it, not need any one of the other issues in order to enjoy that specific issue. But when you read them together, it is almost like a real novel, not just a graphic novel, which has become kind of like the word superstar devalued through misuse. So, but yeah, I'm with you, Eric. Daredevil Born Again to me is about as good as comics get. It really is. And same with Kraven's Hunter. Glad you reminded me of that. And just got off work, and I think I'll spend some time editing up some videos, says Willow Schuyler, and fixing up my Podbean page. Well, good for you, young lady. Good to see you productive today on this chilly Friday morning. Historical Fencing Guild says, hey, Joe, I remember that song by Jimi Hendrix. Great song. Someday we will get you and your lovely wife out for fun. Now plug your pyrography. Yes. Yeah. We gotta, there's a bunch of us that live fairly close to each other. We need to have FezCon. We really do, for our sakes. Joe Bachman, hope everyone is staying warm today. My wife said the roads here in Northwest Indiana were horrible last night when she went in to plow and didn't start to melt till a few hours ago. Yeah, I looked outside and, I was up at about 1:00 this morning, and I looked outside and it looked like the streets were starting to frost over again. But I looked out just before the show started, and looks like here downstate. If we were in Illinois, that's what we would call it, Joe. We're the streets look pretty good and the sidewalks. I'm not looking forward to. I think it's Tuesday morning. It's like about 5 in the morning. It's gonna be like -2. Ugh. And I'm seeing like high temperatures of 13. That's not a high. I don't care what anyone says. Rick Bradley says, for Kelly's question, I think it depends on the story. Kelly was asking earlier, should the hero remain stoic throughout the, and a pillar of strength throughout the whole story, or should you take away everything they have and see if they can fight back from there? And Rick Bradley says, for Kelly's question, I think it depends on the story. I read both types, and if done right, they are both entertaining. Oh, and also, even though Superman is larger than life, I do love some of the stories where he struggles, as long as it's not forced, at least. Yeah. And that's the thing. Superman, people think, well, nothing can beat him up. Well, there are different challenges. Nobody, and yes, in Daredevil Born Again and Kraven's Last Hunt, yeah, the protagonist got beat up, but that wasn't the real struggle. The struggle was in here. It was in here. It was in their heart and in their head. And it was basically taking everything away from them that they could possibly have, any source of comfort, and then them fighting to get it back or to get something better. So I agree, Rick. I think either way works for the sake of the story. Russell Allen, good to see you. RussExplodeStudio.com. Hello, everyone. Good morning, Nevermorians. I have a terrible connection at the mines today, but I'll try to watch and hang out when I can. Well, Russell, we're glad to have you here. Looking forward to having you back on Clever Tile Pending. He and I did a special episode last year for Indie Event, and this time he's on the main show. You've graduated, young man. And Joe Dog McHale says, okay, enough procrastination, time for excuses. There you go. It's like a day without excuses, like a day without sunshine, and we've got a little outsider. Anyway, Brian Rodman, I love how passionate you are about talking about the stories you love. Born Again was so moving and wonderful. A true hero's journey told in a very moving way. Yeah, as much as I brag on Frank Miller's Batman, I think his Daredevil is as close to flawless a creation as any you'll find in the history of comics. It is, even the lowest points are still pretty damn awesome. He did such a wonderful job on those stories. And there was one issue that doesn't get enough love. It was just it was about 6 months before Born Again. And Miller wrote it, John Buscema, and I think Jerry Taleo inked it, a fine Filipino artist. And Matt Murdock never shows up in costume one time. He is never referred to as Matt Murdock, nor is his blindness. But he goes into a small town to bring down the local corruption. It is brilliant stuff. And Len Wein, says Jerome Connor, told me that the Miller story is what took the character from second-tier character to a headliner. Yeah, seriously, it did. Well, that's the thing. It's like at one point, Daredevil was being published every other month, and when Roger McKenzie, who I know online, and Frank Miller, who I don't know at all, I know people who know him, though. In fact, I know someone who used to date Lynn Varley. There's your clue there. But anyway, Daredevil was at one point in I guess it'd be the late 70s, early 80s, was about yay close to being canceled. But then they put Roger McKenzie had been writing a couple issues, and they teamed him up with Frank Miller, who was there as an artist. And the book exploded, and Len Wein, the late highly missed Len Wein was right. That turned him into a mainliner. He was a strong B character for the longest time, and he had some great art and story. Gene Colan, oh my God, what a great artist on that strip, and great stories by Stan Lee and Roy Thomas, Gary Friedrich, Steve Gerber, Jerry Conway. Beautiful inks over him, and then then he just kind of like floundered. I think one of the lowest points was the issue with Uri Geller. I'm like, Marv Wolfman, do you really believe that nonsense? But anyway, but yeah, good observation there. Thank you, Jerome Connor. And love you, bro. And Joe Bachman, nothing to plug for Pyrography currently. The road project I'm running this season and learning Android OS coding are taking up all my time currently. Well, it sounds like you're making headway on the programming thing, which is very, very cool. That's a talent. That is genuinely a talent. And we had another comment dump here. If I can get back there, I may not get to all your comments today. I apologize, people. Joe Bachman says my goal is to hopefully have the Android versions of my apps released by summer. And Philip Thompson has 208 followers. Excellent, Philip. Keep working at it. And on Philly Art and Comics, is that your Instagram page? Keep up the good work. Don't let up, Philip. You got it. And oops, got to run. Boss just arrived. Oops. Sorry, John. You're probably long gone by now. But John, thank you for being here. Thank you for your promotion. Thank you for your friendship. You have a great weekend, sir. And Amy Hale, moved to watch you on YouTube while I work. I'll try to join you in the green room tonight. I hope you do, Amy. Love you, hon. Willow Schuyler, a huge congrats to my Hanging with Web Show TV team for reaching 1 million views on our channel. Well, yay, you. Congratulations to Garrett and Sage and all of you and Christian, everyone that contributes to that. And you all are fabulous for tuning into our craziness every week. Well, if we can get you a couple extra eyeballs, we're proud to do our part, Willow. And we're glad that you let us hang around with you. And Joe Bachman says, on another note, my mother is currently writing her first book. I don't have all the details on it, but she is up to chapter 7 currently. Will you tell her to go? Yay, her. And if she has any questions, Joe, don't hesitate to put her in touch with me, okay? And the Historical Fencing Guild, Brian, let's do it. Get Michael. We'll do a discussion on gaming and comics. I would love that. Seriously. And the Historical Fencing Guild, Joe, let's get her stuff published and plugged. Yeah, well, actually, getting back, seriously, Joe, let's do that. And also back here, we need Joe D. McPhee on that, too, because he and I were talking Champions offline the other night, so he's a game guy too. And Joe Dog McHale, FYI, the truth will set you free, but first it's going to piss you off. That's true. And thank God you never vetted me. I had a moment of weakness, Jerome, what can I say, but it was still worthwhile, man. I'd have you back anytime. You were so much fun. We didn't get nothing done here. And Joe Bachman says, Nick Tucker, once she gets it done and the wife is done editing, I plan to help her release it on Amazon. Once she is at that point, I'll be plugging it. Well, actually, Joe talked to me about that because pre-release is very important too. I would start about 6 to 8 weeks beforehand, especially once you get the cover in hand and start, push that cover and maybe get like sample chapters out if people will send you their email address so you can start assembling your mailing list. And I can tell you why the mailing list is important later. And where is the Dark Mistress? Probably recuperating, Christian. Well, I'm sure she's well. Oh, just reread my schedule. I have a whole hour after Nevermind the Furthermore ends. Yay! Take advantage of it, young man. Relax. Ryan Robin, I have a slot that needs to be filled. And that's when Christian died. Thank you, Brian. And Historical Fencing Guild, Joe, Super Green. That is groovy. Skunk Rocker says, I'm sure I can be vetted, but I'm more of a Camaro kind of guy. Oh, car humor is the best. And Cindy Cap, there she is. Mwah, I know you're long gone, Cindy, but anyway, we're glad you're here. Happy Friday. Hashtag bring cookie home. Thank you. And don't forget to tip your host, Patreon. We also have a tip jar on Amazon. Not Amazon. You can buy my books. That would be helpful too. But also paypal.me/rising tide, capital B, capital K, capital M. Easy to remember because obviously I can do it. And Cindy, try the meatloaf, says Jerome Connor. I love Meatloaf. He sings great. Russ Allen, I don't know that he vets his guests. He had that cryptids on Nicholas Anthony Tucker. You haven't seen the evidence. The evidence speaks for itself. And Cindy kept buy, read, repeat on Smashwords, my stuff. Thank you, Cindy. I love you. And also, books that need reviews, Brian K. Morris and Cindy kept for that matter. Please leave a review on Amazon and Goodreads whenever you finish one of our books, because it helps us with those dreaded algorithms. Joe Bachman says, Cindy Cap, I always make sure that Brian gets the tip. Oh, yeah. Boom chicka wow wow. And Bobby Nash is a great artist along with being a good writer, says Jerome Connor. Isn't he though? Yes, if you order a book directly from Bobby Nash at bobbynash.com or abrahamsnow.com, Bobby will draw on the envelope for you. It is beautiful. I may have to think about doing that when I mail out stuff in the future. And Cindy Cap says, "Don't cry, Wolf." Check out Coy Wolf by Amanda Tockert. She is crazy talented. Thank you, Cindy Cap. And React YouTube channel. Yes, definitely. Please give this a thumbs up if you're enjoying any part of it. If you're watching on YouTube, and if you're watching us on Facebook, like the video if you're enjoying any part of it, and please like the page you're watching it on. Aside from my personal page, if you're watching it on Rising Tide Publications page, or the Rising Tide Broadcast Network page, or Kathy Jackson's books, you all ought to be on that page too. It is an amazing page. But please like and follow the page. You do the host of the page a service. You really do. And Cindy Cap says, "Then go stomp robots with simple swords," courtesy of Mr. Nick Tockert on the Amazon. Thank you very much, Cindy. And for Magical Times, check out John Pica. And also, no, not that kind of Hale. Check out Amy Hale. And also check out Creative as Hale. Last night, she had a pretty adequate guest on last night, talking stuff and wearing his fez. Please check out the work of Amy Hale. Also, Amy Hale, authoramyhale.com, author Amy Hale on Facebook, and Amy Hale's Angels on Facebook too. And Marguerite LaForce, hello there. Hello, Marguerite. How are you? Mwah, good to see you. Hope you're doing well this morning. Hope you're staying warm wherever you are. And Russell Anwa, I am not a cryptid. I do support cryptids are people too. Yes, they are. And Cindy Cap says, for even though maybe once they were human, but now. Anyway, Cindy Cap says, "Find warriors you can trust with secrets." Check out the work of Michaela J. She's got 2 books out. Her 3rd will be coming out in March. She is a powerhouse. And check out her YouTube channel. She is crazy talented. You need to support her on YouTube as well. And Joe Bogman says, "Nicholas Anthony Tucker, can a mighty manatee man be a cryptid also?" This is America, Joe Bachman, where you can be what you want to be if you're willing to put in the work. And if Mighty Manatee Man wants to be a cryptid, who am I to say him nay? Amanda Tockert, wow, the brains of the Tockert household is here. The charm and the beauty, and non-cryptid. Anyway, good morning, everyone. I hear everyone has declared Nick a cryptid. Ever notice no one ever gets pictures of his legs? Good point. My book, Coy Wolf, isn't about cryptids, but just shifters. But I still think it's fun. I think so, too. It's a great book. Check out Amanda Tockert's work on Amazon. And look, and one of these days, Amanda, I got to get back to the library. I really do. I miss you guys. I'm sorry I'm booked up for that weekend, though. Cindy Cap says, tune into the Historical Fencing Guild tonight at 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern for great fun. You will love that. Nick Tockert is high energy, and whatever he's drinking in there, I don't want near an open flame, if you know what I mean. And Marguerite LaForest, General Kenobi. Oh, yeah, Joe Bachman, you are not helping this, says Nick Tockert. Rick Bradley says, "I'm glad everyone likes aliens. Every once in a while, my brain comes up with good things." I think of at least 4, and they're all available on Amazon. Cindy Kemp says, "Tune into the back of the cereal box tomorrow morning at 8 a.m. Central. He's got a great guest. You are going to love it. And he will help you win drinks at the bar." I'm not joking. Joe Dog McKeel. "An optimist sees a zombie as half alive. A pessimist sees a zombie and says, 'Yep, I knew this would happen.'" Oh my God. Yeah, I agree, Carl. That's funny. And Cindy Cap says, "And I'm out of break. Boo hiss. I'll have to catch up with you all later. In the meantime, you should go check out the sci-fi, fun, fantasy, and game lit at Cindy Cap, CKOEPB.com. Check her out on Amazon. Check out Condemned Courier and all kinds of great books, and Animal Eye, her current release, and which is being adapted into graphic novel form. I've seen the art. OMG, I am so excited to get that. I really am. I'm not just hyping it, man. I'm definitely, it's like, and also sign up for a newsletter. I cannot tell you how much I adore her and how creative she is. Yes, that's me. Anyway, and she made that for me. I love you, Cindy. Anyway, let's go to CKOEPP.com, CKOEPP.com, and check out her website and sign up for her monthly newsletter. It comes out around the 25th of every month, and it is an amazing read. It really is. Historical Fencing Guild says Joe Dog, an adventurer, sees a zombie and thinks free experience. A Walmart manager sees another employee slacking on the clock. Oh my God, if that doesn't get you to the Historical Fencing Guild broadcast tonight, nothing will. Carl Wetzman says, I watched Nick Nimmin and nothing popped up. Back to the El Salvadorian baton twirler videos. Oh, and I'm just, I'm currently watching, what am I watching? Watch the new 3D, car races. Metal car races. That was fun. And I'm currently watching a couple of Sovereign Citizens get schooled. FYI, says Grant Lankard, I'm going to be a guest on Ryan Permissions and Russell Allen show in the next couple weeks. Good for you, Grant. Excellent. And from the desk of a small press publisher he's mocking us with his laughter. Jody McPhee, you rock, dude. You so rock. And Scott Rocker, damn, when I was trying to find that one location, I missed a conversation about the banana splits. I love the banana splits, which made it even better when they made it into a slasher movie. I see a fight lining up here. Joe Dog McKeel says, I just learned something the hard way. A cup of coffee, bowl of oatmeal, and half a bag of pistachios for breakfast may not have been a good idea. Be back in a few. Take the plunger with you, man. And Skullcracker says, if you haven't seen the Banana Split slasher film, holy crap, you gotta see it. It's so good. I think given how much our tastes coincide, I think I probably would enjoy it, Skunk. I do want to see it just out of sheer curiosity. Before our city cap goes, what do you call a duck on drugs? A quackhead. That's awesome. Just say no to quack. That's all there is to it. Live a pure life like us. Cindy Cap, thank you. And Historical Fencing Guild says, negative. I am not a cryptid. I am a meat popsicle. Oh, we don't want to know where the stick is then. I've been accused of having one up there too every now and then, but oh man, Nick, we're going to get through this cold weather, man. We're going to rub our manatee flaps together and just, that sounds horrible. Christians, shut up. Anyway, Scott Greger says, unless you don't like slasher movies, which then don't watch it because it's a slasher movie for sure, with plenty of blood and guts and gore, and that's the kind of stuff I like. Well, see, there you go. We've got the parameters all set up there, and he admits he's a sick puppy skunk thing, and Trevor Hawkins is not a fan of gore. Neither is my wife. I understand that, though. And Russ Allen Cindy kept that darn quack dealer should have cut him off. Well, those quack dealers, they have no ethics, no morals whatsoever. And Gore, didn't he invent the internet? Asked Carl Witzman. That's the one. That's the one when Air Force One got stuck at the Champaign, Illinois airport. They called in Air Force Two. It's like I was listening to Penny for Your Thoughts the next day, and everybody's like, wow, we got the president at the University of Illinois, and now we've got Al Gore. And I called in and said, what they're going to make Al Gore do is push Air Force One out of the mud when it got stuck on the runway. That's all he's there for. Trevor's laughing at us. And I wonder if Brian will ever get to this hashtag feed cookie don't die. Hey, I'm doing pretty good, Carl. I'm only now half an hour behind. Trevor Hawkins, thank you, Dark Pope. I was hopeful someone would say that. That's good timing, Carl. Well done. Leave it to me to be the smart ass. Yeah, Carl, that's if it's not you, then it's me. And we have 42 minutes. No, we don't. Trevor Hawkins and Carl, announcer. The Dark Ambassador sets it up and the Dark Pope spikes it. There we go. And the Skullcracker says at this point it's more like don't die, order Cookie some food. And actually, I'm just the court painter, says Trevor Hawkins. You are not just the court painter. You are the court painter. But I cross-train. That's why you're in such good shape. And, sorry, I need to type out the list. Yes, Carl, you do. You do. And we need to confer sometime, Dark Pope, on the holy offices. And Trevor Hawkins says, I have actually found lists that offer up a lot of terms. Yes, Carl, Trevor has time on his hands that he should be painting. This is what he's doing. Good man. Keep up the good work. Nick Anthony Tucker says, good morning, Willow. Be sure to ask Elvira to be on your show. Yes. Have you asked her yet? Yes. Willow Schuyler would like to have Cassandra Peterson, the one, the only, or actually the two and only, Elvira. And, we're all saying, do it. Seriously. You lose nothing. I've invited a number of people, like damn near everybody, on Clever Tile Pending. I'm punching way above my weight class when I do that. but it pays off. And Skunk Rocker's sticking his tongue at us. No thank you, we use toilet paper. And to be fair, Trevor, there are 17 likes and 14 people watching, so she would be more than pleased. I would think so. And Nicole Kidman has the secret Betty White formula. I like Marina Sirtis. Oh, there you go. Someone else. And who's Lala Ward? Lala Ward is aging magnificently. And it's like, yeah. Anyway, Trevor only saw 3, but he did check before posting. And Historical Fencing Guild says, while Joe Dog tests his own personal SpaceX program, he's got the retros firing full blast on this one. You can follow his program on Armchair Rocket Science, which is a great show. I love that show. I didn't catch the live one, but I went back and watched what was it, SR9 do an unscheduled landing. You know? And there's some sort of irony when you're seeing SR10 on the same launch pad, just kind of looking on and go, oh crap, now it's my turn. Because it probably saw what happened to 8 and 9. Joe Dog McKeel is taking a box of toilet paper into the bathroom with him and saying, if you also want to donate to St. Jude before the end of the month, you can get a chance to orbit the Earth for 2 to 4 days in a SpaceX Dragon capsule. And there's the details. No minimum donation to qualify. For St. Jude involved other ways. And that is beautiful. Oh man, that is so cool. Elon Musk, he's, there's some reports that he's like nuttier than a crate full of Snicker bars, but then he does something like this, and man, that's the kind of madness we need in this world. We really do. Trevor Hawkins says, I guess my phone and YouTube aren't syncing too well. You tell your phone to get with the program. Skunk Rocker says mine doesn't sync up very well either, but I always just attribute to the fact that I'm constantly moving. I hear you. And Jason Snyder of NonCon, good to see you, brother. Thank you for showing up last night to Amy Hale's show. It was so good to have you. Check it out. NonCon in September 24th through the 25th. We're going to be in the Post Town Elementary School at 6600 Trenton Franklin Road in Middletown, Ohio. Looking forward to being back again. Thank you for inviting us, Jason. You are totally rocking this world. And Will and Skyler tune into Reels and Heels tomorrow afternoon at 2:15 p.m. to take on the Marvel Universe with all kinds of great characters as their guests. That sounds like fun, Willow. Very, very cool. And Charles F. Millhouse, good to see you. Good morning to you, my friend. I'm going to do my last edit on my story. Should get it to you in the next couple of days, and I'll be talking with you and Candace about images. Anyway, good to see you. Much love to you and Marianne. Hope you're staying warm. Skunk Rocker says, that reminded me of a great Steve Martin bit. A day without sunshine is like night. I love Steve Martin. I really do. And let's see what all we got here. And Willow Schuyler says, I definitely will, Nicholas. Thanks for the reminder. And from the desk of a small press publisher, check out his interviews. He's great. Putting a less than 15-minute warning here for Time to Be Cookie. Don't want you to be in trouble. I'm always in trouble, Joe. I really am. I'm just moving from one trouble to another most days. And Joe Bachman, well, folks, time for me to hop off. Wife just got off her 12-hour plow shift with 10 minutes of sleep, so I'm meeting her for lunch. You take care of that lady, Joe. And I know what a task it can be to clear off those northern Illinois or northern Indiana roads. You tell her, one, thank you for putting in the service. Seriously, and I gotta say that having lived in Illinois and Rhode Island and Virginia and Indiana during the winters, Indiana snowplow people are second to none. They are the absolute best, and please give that lady a hug from everyone that's going to be safe today because of her. All right, Joe, thank you very much for being here. Bon appetit to you both. And Brian Robin says, Brian, thank you once more for an amazing show and start to the day. Well, thank you for contributing, brother. Keep doing what you do, my friend. I don't seem to be able to stop. I'm addicted to this. The world needs you in Rising Tide, and thank you for being a part of it, Brian Robin. You really are. And remember, folks, don't wait for this weekend to be yours. Make it so. Hashtag bring cookie home. Hashtag feed cookie. Hashtag laugh like the shadow. Oh, if only I could do it as well as Orson Welles. Thank you, Brian Rodman. Thank you for a great week, man. And you have a fantastic weekend. And she's essential, Joe. Seriously, she is. She is an essential worker. I can't thank her enough. And Joe Dog McKeel, if I time this right, don't die, feed Cookie. We have 10 minutes before I have to before I am in any real peril. And let's see. And I don't know what this link is, so I'm not gonna. I'm sorry, but I'm not gonna click on it. I think I know what it is. We are going to. If it's legit, we are going. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. It's not letting me cancel that because that's on Facebook, but we will take care of that. But CM Davenport, haven't talked to you in ages. How are you doing, CM? Good to see you. And Russell Allen, the incredible Grant Lankard, will be with me on Sunday, the 21st at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. And we may have a cross promo to announce by all means. I look forward to that. Russell, please, Russell and Grant, please promote that meeting on Rising Tide Publications page, okay? We would love it if you did. And find my show and author page at Russ Explode Studio, Books with Heart. Definitely check it out. And Rick Bradley, everyone take care and stay creative. You too. And Zoltar, man, good to see you, man. Haven't talked to you in ages. Good afternoon to you. Hope you're doing well, my friend. Glad to see you, man. And great show. Thank you, Carl Wisman. Looking forward to Green Room tonight. Everyone have a great day. See you all later. Maybe tonight. I think that's a possibility. And have a great day, says Russell Allen, and a great weekend, everyone. You too, Russell. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you being here. And perhaps someday for tonight. Yeah, well, let's hope so. Let's hope so, Trevor Hawkins. Willow Skyler, if anyone needs to chat, I'm available for the rest of the day. Well, Willow, mwah. Thank you for being here. Thank you for all you do, darling. And appreciate your letting us tag along with the Hanging with Web Show Network. We definitely appreciate it. And we thank you for all you do for us. We really do. And wow. See, CM Davenport says, my son asked me to create the Family Orbits Valentine card. So if anyone would like the full set of the digital images for free, just email him at cmdjdesigns@icloud.com. So thank you. That's great. Thank you, Charles. And the Skunk Rocker says, wow, Brian did it. Yeah, I'm coming back, man. I'll give him a second win. And yes, Brian, we keep you safe by bringing you unofficial producers. I need each and every one of you, man. It's like, this is not easy, people. Skunk will tell you. Skunk's done it. He's my stand-in. He's my stunt double. And see y'all later, Carly. Mwah. I look forward to seeing you tonight in the green room. And good day all from Trevor Hawkins. And much love to you in cooking. Mwah. Back at you, brother. I hope you have a great weekend. Keep us posted on stuff, okay? And we'll be rocking some stuff together soon. And yes, we caught up. Thank you. And we still have 6 minutes. Thank you all for cooperating. I appreciate that. So we probably do need to start the invocations that will get us out of here. Let me move the coffee pot so I can get my notes. Yes, we don't have this stuff memorized. I have your stuff memorized. I just don't have mine memorized. But first of all, we want to thank our Patreon subscribers. They're on the screen. This is the updated list here, and it's just great to have an attaboy. And Patreon is a great way to do it, where every month you can pledge a modest amount, however much you feel comfortable doing, to your favorite creators. And we have some very, very reasonable levels, and I think you get a lot for it. I really do. I've subscribed to several other Patrons of similar note, and that was kind of my guide. But anyway, these people also, I think almost every one of them have Patreon pages of their own, so please check them out too, because they're also doing some good work. But if you want to support the Rising Tide movement, please go to www.patreon.com /Brian K. Morris and pledge appropriately. Thank you very much for your support, one and all. And we got another comment here. And Phil Thompson, what's your opinion on StreamYard? I love it. I really do. Phil, even this free version of StreamYard is so much better than many other platforms I've been on. Now, another one I would say might be good is haps.tv. They seem pretty responsive, and it seems fairly easy to do. I've never done a show from there. Not really looking to do one in the immediate future, but also you can get financially rewarded on there quicker than you can on YouTube. But YouTube has a more robust environment for monetization down the road, and StreamYard, I think, is at least for me, mostly because I've got everything set up by now, is the best way to do it for me. And it's pretty intuitive, pretty simple, and they keep improving it all the time. And they have weekly open houses on their YouTube channel where you can make suggestions to them, to the programmers, and they'll tell you either it's in the works and tell you where it is in the pipeline, or they'll write it down and see, well, we'll see if it's viable. So that's pretty responsive. So I give a hearty thumbs up to StreamYard, and I am looking though to get OBS involved in this again too, for a little more versatility in what I do. So anyway, that's going to be the last comment today, I think. But anyway, thank you all for being here. I really appreciate you all very, very much. And it's going to be a cold weekend in much of the Midwest. We are looking at one morning, we're going to have sub-zero temperatures here. So if you know anyone who's stuck at home, check up on them, would you please? Last year I have a neighbor that we would check up on it occasionally, make sure she was okay. She was housebound. She could not leave if she tried. So we made sure she was okay. But please check on people that, and just check on people you haven't checked up on in a long time. Remind them that you love them and that you think of them, and it's greatly appreciated. I've had some people do that to me, and I've tried to do the same to others. So it's a good thing to do. It's a Nevermorian thing to do. And have a great day, peeps. Mwah, darling. Thank you, Willow Schuyler. Check out what Willow does, and check out Willow's Pillow Talk, one of the most fun interview shows on the interwebs. Check out Willow's pages, and just check out Willow. Anyway, we love you, Willow. Thank you for all you do, and thank you for being our friend and supporter. And thank you for being our friend and supporter too. You are appreciated, believe you me. And as I'm scrolling through the stuff I need to do next, don't forget, folks, as far as the Rising Tide Broadcast Network goes, still have a couple things going today. The Green Room tonight and Uncle Carl's Secret Humor page. If you are unoffendable and have a good sense of humor, please check it out. And it's going to be a great time, people just hanging out and just letting the week fall off their shoulders. And also, we're going to give a shout out to the Historical Fencing Guild at 8 p.m. also Eastern, 7 p.m. Central, where Nicholas Anthony Tockert will be discussing combat and weaponry, and done with a flair that even if you don't want to pick up a gun or you don't want to pick up a sword, I don't want a sword. What's wrong with you? You'll learn a lot of stuff from Nick. It's high energy, high fun, great show. Check it out. He's a super guy. And I'm waiting for that hybrids thing. And brother, you need another play tester, you call me, okay? I'm serious about that. And then tomorrow night, tomorrow, don't forget Reels and Heels at 2:15 Eastern time tomorrow with Willow Schuyler, Brian Wensloff, and Nicole Jobin. In that order, I say. It's a great show where they talk about wrestling and pop culture. And check it out. They're going to be talking about the Marvel Cinematic Universe tomorrow and Marvel characters. It promises to be fun. And tomorrow night at 11 p.m., tune in to Stupid O'Clock, a great conversation show, highly intelligent, highly amusing, with Joe Dog, and also Skunk Rocker and some other great guests. And please check that out. Also, 10 p.m. tomorrow night, please don't forget, From the Desk of a Small Comics Publisher. Check it out. Joe D. McPhee runs an excellent interview show, and he's a lot of fun. And so please check it out. We're adopting you, Joe D. McPhee. We'll make sure we mention you, all right? And Sunday, take the day off. It's the Sabbath for many of us. Anyway, so please check out the Rising Tide Broadcasting Network for all kinds of great stuff that is entertaining and educational and just a whole lot of fun. And got some ideas for expanding that. And we hope you'll check out all of our fellow shows like TED Talks on Tuesdays at 10 a.m. Also, Legend of the Traveling TARDIS at 6 p.m. on the Hanging with Webb Show Network. And this coming Tuesday, Glenn B. Fleming will make an appearance on Clever Tile Penning. Really looking forward to that. And Amy Hale's Angels every other Thursday at 8 p.m. And Lunchtime at the Doghouse Tuesdays and Thursdays at 12:05 p.m. with Joe Dog McKeel. A lot of fun, a lot of great conversation. And we hope you have a fantastic weekend. We hope you get stuff done. We hope you further your creativity in your business this weekend, because right now things can look a little dire. And we got to say hello to our brother, Pops Van Sant. Pops, good to see you. check out Comics Talk with Pops Van Zandt. And Monday nights at 9 p.m., I think it is, where he interviews various independent comic book creators. It's always a great, great show with Pops Van Zandt. Thanks for being here, Pops. Sorry we have to feed Cookie right now, and I know you understand. Otherwise, she's gonna snuff me like a candle if I don't. Anyway, folks, please check out the great advertisers we have, especially Plasma Fire Graphics. Jeffrey Hayes, thank you so much for your ongoing support of our enterprise here. Plasma Fire Graphics, when the look of your book matters to you, it matters to your readers. So get the very best out of Jeffrey Hayes and put that man to work for you at plasmafiregraphics.com. Also check out Plasma Fire Graphics on Facebook. They have a great Facebook page too. Appreciate them. And we also appreciate Meredith Longren, Matthew Harris from Geek Insider for powering this show, for letting us share their network, and also to Meredith Longren for wildoneforever.com, her great way to start your weekday. And risingtide.pub, where you can sign up for my free monthly newsletter. The next issue will go out March 1st, so get in on that now. Or if you don't want to go there, if you have Facebook Direct Messenger, send me your email address. I promise I do not share it with anyone. In fact, I've turned down jobs where one of the terms was you have to share your email lists with us. And I said, well, I'll use it to promote, but I'm not giving it to you. I'm not selling it to you. You don't get it. And it's cost me a couple jobs, but I'm adamant about not exploiting you guys, aside from my own selfish reasons. Anyway, please check out risingtide.pub. Also check out Rising Tide Publications on Facebook, and also Kathy Jackson's books, who is now carrying our family of shows, and we appreciate you and love you, Kathy. And Kathy Jackson has a brand new book out from Seventh Star Press. Please check it out. It is I read one of the early drafts. It's hot. It is a hot book. It's going to be great. You'll love it. And also, when you are watching us on Facebook, please like the video if you've seen any part that you enjoy. Give it a like. And if you're watching us on the Brian K. Morris Rising Tide Publications page on YouTube, again, please smash that thumbs up. Also, please subscribe to the channel. We're going through another growth spurt, and we appreciate everyone that signs up for our channel. And also be sure to ring that bell so you'll be notified of any future appearances and uploaded videos that we make. And I've got some really fun plans. I've got to organize my schedule so I can get them done. But I'm really looking forward to getting some good stuff out there for your entertainment and illumination. So that's it for today. Don't forget, we'll be back Monday morning with another episode of Nevermind the Furthermore at 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. Please tell your friends about us. Let's see how far behind I can truly get in reading your comments. And thank you for your ongoing patience in that regard, for putting up with my inability to keep up with your amazing comments and the conversation that ensues. Thank you all for being here very much. Hope you have a great weekend. Stay warm and stay safe. And as always, talk about that. Stay smart. Stay safe. Wash your hands, and never apologize for being awesome, because that's just what the heck you are. And I want everyone to know it. And we'll tell everyone about Monday morning on Nevermind the Furthermore, 10 a.m., 9 a.m. Central. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you Monday. Take care, everyone.
From author Brian K. Morris comes a classic hero in a high-flying, fast-paced, and action-packed steampunk adventure. The original Skyman battles the Master of Steam with an introduction by comics icon and historian Roy Thomas. A Rising Tide and Ace Comics publication. Available now in print or digital format on Amazon.com.
Thank you for tuning in to Nevermind the Furthermore, a Rising Tide Publications and Brian K. Morris production. Member of the Comic Book Advocating Network and sponsored by GeekInsider.com. Become part of our show with sponsorship and advertising opportunities. For details, contact advertising at geekinsider.com or visit podcast.geekinsider.com. The Geek Insider podcast is available on your favorite app, so please hit the follow button and share it out to your friends. Because if you don't, you might have to turn in your geek card.
Reels and Heels is a podcast that discusses movies, television, wrestling, and more. With a rotating guest list of friends and filmmakers alike, Reels and Heels salutes the creative arts of all kinds. Join Brian Winzeloff and Nicole Jobin live every Saturday at 2:15 p.m. Eastern Standard Time for Reels and Heels.
Now, every Sunday morning, longtime independent comics creator and Indie Vault podcaster Randy Zimmerman hosts a discussion on the lighter side of comics, the more whimsical and fun comics out there, on the Sunday Funnies. That's 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time every Sunday on Indie Vault, indievault.com, the Indie Vault YouTube channel, and the usual Indie Vault sites on Facebook. Listen in, won't you? Participate in the chat. Let's have some fun. See you there.
Stormgate Press presents a collection of 7 new short stories from today's leading authors and illustrators in the new pulp genre. Experience courageous two-fisted heroes and their intrepid and often dangerous exploits. From dark, watery depths to high-flying heights, these fantastic tales span the globe and take the reader on fast-paced adventures in classic pulp style. Take a seat as we pull back the curtain on Days Gone By with edge-of-your-seat storytelling in the vein of Golden Age era pulp fiction. This is Pulp Reality. Available now from Stormgate Press on Amazon.com.
Go thee to thy rest, O Shades. Thou hast served well in life. Now take thy reward.
Choose high-flying action. Choose death-defying escapes. Choose spine-tingling thrills. Choose nail-biting intrigue. Now's your chance to choose the adventure. The Captain Hawkland Adventures. Available on Amazon.com.